The Secret Life of Pets was a breakout hit in 2016, and the movie gave us a lot more secrets than just what our pets are up to every day. The Illumination animation film is packed to the brim with Easter eggs, small moments, and things you missed along the way. So strap on a harness and get ready for a wild ride as we unveil all of these moments, just in time for the highly anticipated Secret Life of Pets 2. Real quick though, before we dive in, check out our pals over at The Things to see some great videos on all types of topics that will make your day better. When designing the characters for The Secret Life of Pets, the animators had the tough task of creating completely original characters without looking too much like other famous pets of the past. And while Max, Buddy, and Gidget were definitely original, they still managed to sneak in some tributes to animated animals we grew up watching in movies and on TV. One of the best examples comes during the alley cat scene in the movie. When Duke runs away from the prowling homeless cats, Max is left to deal with their group attack. Watch them closely when he gets tossed up between the clotheslines. A pair of Siamese cats grabs a hold of him, and they are identical to the one seen in Lady and the Tramp. Just a few moments later, a large orange cat who resembles Garfield tosses Max up into a hanging dress. The Secret Life of Pets was purely about appreciating the animals we love and having plenty of cute moments. But it seems like the filmmakers definitely wanted to toss in a couple of subtle messages as well. One of them involves our use and reliance on cell phone technology. At one point, Max's owner Katie rushes back into the apartment, but she just grabs her forgotten phone without even acknowledging Max waiting there for her. And later on, the dog walker is glued to his phone when chaos ensues. These small moments are clearly not a coincidence and reflect how modern technology can impact our pets as well. The message is clear: give our pets a little more love instead of our digital screens. Out of all the television shows and movies The Secret Life of Pets could reference, one of the oddest choices is the CW's Jane the Virgin. The comedy drama features a show within a show in the form of the telenovela The Passions of Santos. Well, when Gidget gets the place to herself, she decides to put on her favorite soap, The Passions of Passion. And this connection is not just random either. Actor Jamie Camille plays the telenovela star Rogelio de la Vega in the fictional Jane the Virgin soap, and he also voices the main male character in The Passions of Passion. Watching the scene again, you can see how over-the-top and dramatic the cartoon actor is. Just like Camille's character on Jane. You'd have to see the voice cast credits to make a connection, but once it's made, it's one of the deepest and best Easter eggs in the whole movie. And if you're wondering exactly why Gidget has such a knack for the dramatic, maybe she gets it from her owner. At the end of the movie, we see Gidget's parents come home as they all share a dinner together. The mom has a black and white striped shirt on. Flashback to some street shots earlier in the movie, and you can see Gidget's mom locking lips with another man. True story. The filmmakers may need to create a spin-off, The Secret Life of Pet Owners. We have to imagine Gidget is in on this two-timing dirty secret and loves the real-life drama about as much as she loves her soaps. Kevin Hart was brilliant voice casting as Snowball the bunny, and we'd love to tell you it's his first time playing a bunny, but it's not. Now, don't go digging out your Disney DVD collection or start watching episodes of Peter Rabbit. Long before his role as Snowball, Hart played a character simply known as Bigg Bunny. Where can you see him in all this bunny action? The live-action film, Fool's Gold. Don't worry though, we'll toss a couple of clips up here and that's all you really need to see. The Matthew McConaughey film is pretty terrible. Snowball and Bigg Bunny do have some things in common though. They both are decked out in a lot of white, either through fur or a dress shirt. The Secret Life of Pets managed to nab an all-star cast of talented performers. But as the final credits roll, pay attention to some of the additional voices. You'll see names like Jason Marsden, Bill Farmer, and Jim Cummings pop up. All three performers are behind the Disney classic A Goofy Movie. The trio voices Max, Goofy, and their neighbor Pete. Along with A Goofy Movie, the voice actors went on to voice the characters in multiple television shows along with an extremely goofy movie. So, The Secret Life of Pets acted as a semi-reunion for the Goofy Movie, and we couldn't be happier. Now it's time to rock out to some Powerline while we celebrate. There are a lot of cliche names for a small white rabbit with a little round tail, but nothing seems more fitting than Snowball. Although he is initially evil and out to get humans, we slowly learn to love Snowball, and cannot wait to see some of his heroic antics in the sequel. The name itself is not just for the looks of the character though. Turns out Snowball is also the name of one of the pigs in the classic novel Animal Farm. In the story, Snowball wants to revolt against the humans and has a very similar mindset to the bunny Snowball when we first meet him. Thankfully, the Snowball in the movie was redeemed, unlike his porky counterpart who wasn't so lucky. During the chaotic chase through the sewers, Max and his pals run into a lot of different animals who are either abandoned or flushed away. This includes a variety of turtles. In one of the chase scenes, a turtle ends up on its shell, sliding across the concrete and knocking out animals along the way. Listen closely beyond the speaking parts and music to hear the sound effects each time the turtle makes contact with another creature. Did you hear it? Yep, those impact sounds are an homage to Super Mario Bros. And the quick kills you can get when sending a Koopa Troopa shell flying toward enemies. Go ahead and play a few Mario levels when you're done watching. We're gonna do the same thing. What's with animated movies and shows recreating one of the most horrific scenes in science fiction? We're talking about the gory chestburster scene in Alien when the baby creature tears through a man's chest as the rest of the crew looks on in absolute horror. For some reason, the world of animation loves to parody this scene. Puss in Boots did it to Shrek in Shrek 2. It was done on the Gravity Falls episode Summerween, and on the Simpsons episode Homer the Father as well. Well, you can add The Secret Life of Pets to that same list. In the scene where Tattoo the pig pushes Snowball in a carriage, a woman stops by. A lizard bursts out of the chest of the dress the pig's wearing, scaring the woman and introducing children to one of the most iconic movie scenes of all time. The Secret Life of Pets clearly isn't the first dog-based animated film to hit theaters. Disney attempted their own animated dog success outside of the Pixar realm with 2008's Bolt. The story about a dog actor who thinks he's a superhero features a lot of great moments and helped relaunch Disney animation to create films like Frozen, Moana, and Wreck-It Ralph. Secret Life of Pets seems to honor Bolt as well. We're going back to the alley cat scene again, when Duke is ready to step up to the stray cats after they stole his collar. The stances, movements, and quotes about thunder and lightning could all be considered a nice homage to Bolt and his powers. One of the go-to Easter eggs movie studios love to place in their film is a poster or reference to an upcoming movie. Nothing like a little self-promotion to keep moviegoers coming back for more. In the case of Illumination, their next film following The Secret Life of Pets was Sing. A Sing poster was placed in the movie, on the back of the bus near some of the climatic action scenes. The nice nod helped connect both animal movies, and with Sing 2 starting production soon, don't be surprised to see another Sing poster appearing in The Secret Life of Pets 2. There could also be teasers for the upcoming Minions sequel, or the long-awaited Super Mario Bros. Animated film in 2022. And speaking of the Minions sequel, it's becoming more and more common for every Illumination Entertainment film to include hidden minions. Let's get the obvious one out of the way now. During the mid-credit scenes, Mel and Buddy attend a party dressed in costumes, and Mel clearly wears a minion costume. Look closely on Katie's fridge, and you will see two magnets. One features a minion eyeball, while another showcases their favorite food, a ripe yellow banana. The end of the movie features another minion reference in the form of some small toys. When we see a small boy hugging his recently returned guinea pig, there's a minion toy sitting right on the nightstand. Minions are everywhere, and it doesn't look like they'll be going away anytime soon. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Did you think we were done with the minions? Not yet. Well, we're done spotting the little yellow guys for now, but we'll shift focus to their master and boss, Gru. The Despicable Me films helped to put Illumination Entertainment on the map, and it's only right for The Secret Life of Pets to honor him. Gru's appearance is pretty distinguishable on the screen, so the animators really had to hide him deep in the background so he wouldn't be a distraction. Look for him during the dog park scene, walking his dog on the street behind the park. Could we possibly have a Secret Life of Pets and Despicable Me crossover? That would be brilliant! Time for another scene with another horror movie reference. Sweet Pea may be one of the smallest and sweetest characters in the movie, but the tiny bird definitely gets a lot of influence from its owner. We see the bird put on war movies and fly like fighter planes in front of the screen. We also imagine the bird has a love for horror movies. One of the main visuals behind Sweet Pea's cage is actually a poster for the movie The Birds. The Alfred Hitchcock classic still holds up to this day, building on the suspenseful atmosphere and showcasing how truly scary birds can be. We're looking at you, Sweet Pea. The reference is nice touch to animal movies of the past. Thankfully, Max didn't have a Cujo poster hanging at his place, then we'd really start to worry a little. Tattoo the Pig was clearly used for artist practice, and the fast pace of the film makes it hard to truly get a good look at all the ink on the pig's back, front, and sides. Thanks to some high-res screen grabs, you can visualize all of the tattoos and see how much detail went into the design of the pig. One of the first things to really stand out is the giant unicorn near the right rumpa tattoo. The unicorn is a replica of the fluffy Carnival Prize Agnes wins in the first Despicable Me movie. Of course, the unicorn would go on to feature in all of the sequels as well, and unlike the real stuffed animal, the tattoo of the unicorn probably doesn't feel so fluffy. Wait, don't run away from us, tattoo! We're not finished with you yet. Time to look at some more of that sweet ink! This time we're going to focus on one of the smaller tattoos. At first glance, it looks like a small triangle, but it turns out to be a Triforce symbol. Don't know what that is? Well, the symbol is essential to the Legend of Zelda video game franchise. So we must assume that the tattoo artist who inked up that piggy must love some Breath of the Wild in their downtime. Or maybe it was a subtle sign of the future for Illumination Entertainment. The company has already announced a Super Mario Bros. Animated film, and it may not be long before a Legend of Zelda movie is in the works as well. From the opening shot of the Statue of Liberty to the Empire State Building and Central Park as well, the animated recreation of New York City was something pretty spectacular to see in The Secret Life of Pets. And if you were checking out the billboards instead of the adventures of Duke and Max, then you would notice a lot of the advertisements were based on NBC shows. Mainly Saturday Night Live and The Tonight Show, starring Jimmy Fallon. So how does this NBC connection work? Well, Illumination Entertainment is owned by Universal Studios. Universal is owned by Comcast, who also owns NBC. And boom! There's the perfect blend of product placement right there. Now let's all go to Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida to buy souvenirs for all of them. The massive cast behind The Secret Life of Pets was supposed to be even bigger, especially when it came to all the flushed pets in the sewer. Ugh. Characters like Bob the Rat, Alpha the Greyhound, and several others were supposed to be voiced by comedic legends like Cheech Marin, Tommy Chong, Keegan-Michael Key, and Jordan Peele. For some reason, the characters were cut, and we never got to hear the animal voices on film. Thankfully, Keegan-Michael Key and Jordan Peele decided to team up again and lend their voices to a couple of stuffed animals for Toy Story 4. Just imagine those characters and how they would act in The Secret Life of Pets. It seems like the New York City Animal Control Office must go through a lot of budget problems or have an incredible insurance policy. In the movie, when we see the first animal control van, it has the license plate Gotcha 2. After that van crashes, the one that appears later in the movie has the license plate Gotcha 3. First of all, what the heck happened to the first Gotcha van? And if they are constantly replacing their damaged vehicles, who's putting in the extra cash for all these silly vanity plates? Something is clearly wrong over there at Animal Control. Mainly, they never seem to have control over any animals. One of the weirdest scenes in The Secret Life of Pets is the Sausage Factory fantasy scene where Duke and Max live in a world full of delicious sausage. Not only is the dream relatable to humans, but the spelling of the factory could cause a whole lot of debates. At first glance, the factory seems to have a spelling error in the form of the word wiener. The movie places the E before the I, while the more common spelling places the I before the E. Both are acceptable and often interchanged with each other. Considering a lot of the movie was made in France, the spelling shown on screen may be their preferred method. Some of the best parts of The Secret Life of Pets are these simple scenes where we see how the various animals act when their owners are not home. In the case of Mel, we see the canine freak out when a squirrel appears on a tree outside his window. The scene adds some laughs, but then later on in the movie, the tree has disappeared, and Mel's apartment location is too out of the way for a tree to even grow up to. So was Mel's vision of the squirrel in the tree just a vision of a dog obsessed with hunting down the small critters? Or was it just an animation mistake caused by cheap budgets and underpaying their animators that they thought we wouldn't notice? You be the judge. Product placement is a huge thing in any movie, no matter how small the details are. Take for instance where Sweet Pea turns on the television moments after the bird's owner leaves. Look closely at the remote, and for some cable subscribers, it may seem familiar. The remote is an Xfinity cable remote, with a logo and everything. The Xfinity company is owned by Comcast, making the link pretty clear here. Not only is the Xfinity remote a clever Easter egg, but it's a major movie mistake as well. The reason? Xfinity cable TV is not actually available in New York City. Maybe the movie was trying to push the service, but the New Yorkers are still stuck with Time Warner Cable. 2016 was a pretty good year for animated movies. Along with The Secret Life of Pets, we got to enjoy Sing, Moana, Zootopia, and the long-awaited Pixar sequel, Finding Dory. If watching Secret Life of Pets and Finding Dory back-to-back felt like déjà vu, there's a good reason why. Voice actor Albert Brooks had signature parts in both movies. In Finding Nemo, he plays the distinct voice of Nemo's father Marlin, and while Marlin has to deal with the threat of birds scooping him from the water, Brooks was on the reverse for Secret Life. He played Tiberius, a red-tailed hawk, proving he could go from land to sea with ease. When Max is getting chased down by hundreds of sewer-dwelling animals, there's only one animal who can save him. And she goes by the name of Gidget. When Gidget channels her lust and emotions for Max into a massive brawl, she is able to take out all of these animals on her own. While a lot of the fighting is filled with quick kicks, bites, and throws, Gidget does something wrestling fans will appreciate. When she swings a snake so it wraps around the neck of two foes, Gidget runs towards the snakes and bounces off its body. The animated movie was just like a WWE superstar bouncing off the ring ropes inside a wrestling ring. After watching her soaps on TV, the little dog obviously switches it over to some pro wrestling every now and then. How many animals actually live in the sewers of New York City? If it were up to this movie, we'd have more animals in the depths below than actual sewage. It's natural for these sewers to feature a ton of rats, but The Secret Life of Pets expands things greatly and even includes an alligator. When all of these animals come out of the river to confront Max, we spot literally hundreds of spiders, tarantulas, and other arachnids crawling over the cars. So did these spiders build a web trap for Max? Nope, they just disappeared. As cool as the car shot was, we don't see the spiders again, other than just one lone tarantula. So where'd they go? Did we miss something? Did the lizard try to eat them all? Who knows? But the next time you travel to New York City, be on the lookout for spiders. We did it! There's no more secrets left for these pets. Well, until the sequel comes out anyway. Until then, enjoy the movies and let us know if there's anything we missed. Are you excited for the sequel? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to Screen Rant for more great content. Also, before you get out of YouTube, make a pit stop over at our friends at The Things. Enjoy everything from SpongeBob to Disney princesses and everything animated movies. Thanks for watching.